UFC Fight Night, Namajunas versus Cortez. Full card I'm just kidding. Confident picks video, ladies and gentlemen. We got the fighters that are bolded, is who I think is going to win. At UFC Denver, July 13th. Very, very fun fight card for sure. I got Josh Fremd, Montel Jackson, Luana Santos, underdog. Jasmine Jasudavicius, underdog. Charles Johnson, Abdulrazak Alhassan, underdog. Juliana Rosa, Gabriel Bonfim, underdog Drew Dober, Ponzinibbio, and Rose Namajunas. Again, like I said, it's going to be a very, very fun card. The first fight, though, is Josh Fremd and Andre Petroski in that UFC middleweight division. Flip a coin. Flip a coin, because I either see Petroski winning round 1, winning round 2, or I see Josh Fremd winning round 2, winning round 3. I think it's going to be a really, really close fight, and I would not be surprised if it's like a split decision or something like that. I'm going to put my guy Josh Fremd as a 52% favorite. That's one. Could go either way depending on a few moments in the fight. If Petroski's able to get a takedown, a little bit of ground and pound, maybe a submission attempt, he'll win. If Josh is able to defend, outstrike him, he'll win. It's a very close fight. Could 100% go either way. Montel Jackson and Diamond Blackshear. And again, I still don't know how to say that name. Someone needs to help me out on that one. But in the bantamweight division, I do have Montel Jackson winning. Another one that I'm really not that confident in, because I thought Blackshear did enough to go out there and beat Mario Batista when they fought. He's had a draw with Youssef Zalal, who is very, very good in that featherweight division. So again, it's a little bit more confident than Josh Fremd, but not at all by much. Not at all by much. Only a 55% favorite for me on Montel Jackson. And here comes a confident pick. We got Luana Santos taking on Maria Agapova. And I'm going to go with a solid 78%. I feel very, very strongly about Luana Santos here. Slightly around that minus 370, 360 range when it would come to the betting odds. I believe she will do enough to win wherever the fight goes. Striking, grappling, wrestling, cardio. Luana Santos, in my opinion, has the advantage wherever the fight goes. So far, she is my most confident pick. And here we go, a 50-50 one as well. Just like Josh Fremd and Andre Petroski, but I'm even more torn on this one. In the women's flyweight division, we got a girl coming up from strawweight on like a week's notice in elevation in Denver, taking on a top 15 opponent in Jasmine Jasudavicius. Very tough fight for her UFC debut, especially upper weight class. But she is so good. She is so good, as we've seen in her amateur and professional MMA career outside of the UFC. So again, another coin flip in my opinion, and I think it's a little bit less confident in Jasmine than I am in Josh Fremd right there. I think it's a 51, literally about as close as you can get this fight. I see it going either way. Next one, we do have Charles Johnson taking on Josh Van. I don't know what it is about this one. I really, really don't know what it is, but I'm feeling better on Charles Johnson than I am on Josh Fremd or Jasudavicius, and he's a pretty freaking big underdog. What is he at? He's a 2-1 underdog, more on a few of the other bookies, but I have him at like a 50, 53, 54%. Let's go 53.5 just to be fun with it. I don't know. I feel like the height and the range and the speed and the movement of Charles is just really, really good. Josh hasn't really faced an opponent like this, in my opinion, that can match that speed, that height, that length, and all of that combined. I think Charles Johnson barely wins a close decision here, but it literally could go either way. Again, another one that's like 4 really, really close fights on this fight card. Abdulrazak Alhassan, god dang, we got another freaking close fight. We had a lot of close fights on this card. Abdulrazak Alhassan, I'm not confident at all in this man, because he could bust after round 1 going for the finish. Very, very possible. Let's put him around 54%. I'm feeling a little bit better on Abdulrazak because Josh boxing is just so good. So, I mean, that one literally could go either way. But I feel like Abdul's wrestling and grappling game should be enough, and judo game, of course, should be enough to keep that one on the feet and possibly get that knockout or, win round 1, win round number 2. So we'll have him as a 54% favorite. Another fight that literally could go either way at UFC Denver. Next one, Juliana Rosa. Dude, we're going right next to Jasmine Jasudavicius. This is a 50-50 fight, if I've ever seen one. But I feel better than Jasmine, slightly. Let's go 51.5%. 8.5%. Another one of these guys that is a pretty big favorite when it comes to the betting odds in Christian Rodriguez. Another 2-1 favorite, a little bit higher than that. He started as a humongous favorite at like minus 325. So I'm glad to see money is coming in on Julian, because that's my pick. But he's an underdog. Maybe the line will close even more by fight day. I still think he will win that fight. Next one we do have Gabriel Bonfim and Angelusa. It's going to go right below Luana Santos. Again, not a super confident pick or anything like that. But I definitely have to have it at least like a 70%. Something like that, around that range. Not a guy I would parlay at all after his last performance, especially this one is in Denver. He's got cardio issues, so I wouldn't parlay, Gabriel Bonfim, but I got him at 70% confidence. It's just the cardio factor in Denver just makes me uneasy about Gabriel Bonfim. Then we got Drew Dober, another dog. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I got 60% confidence for my guy Drew Dober, and I think he definitely wins that fight. I think he's just better in the striking, bigger in the striking, more powerful in the striking. Yeah. Where did we put him? 60? There you go. 60%. My third most confident. Let's go more. 62. Just for shits and giggles. I feel pretty good about Drew Dober. I don't know why. It's just, again, John is coming in on short notice. Dober is a lot bigger. John he missed weight, but he cut to featherweight. Now he's got to do another weight cut yet again. Not as drastic, of course. It is lightweight, but again, it's just a monster of a human in Drew Dober. So feel pretty good. On Drew Dober right there. Let's go Santiago Ponzinibbio. I feel less confident in Ponzinibbio than I do in Drew Dober, but obviously more than like a Montel Jackson. So somewhere in this range. Let's go 60%. 60% confident in Ponzinibbio to win that one. It's a fairly close one. It's one of those I could very, very well see a split decision, but I could very, very well see Santiago kind of dominate that fight and win. A lot of things can happen there. Rose Namajunas, Tracy Cortez. I feel very, very good. I don't know why. For Rose Namajunas, I'm having her as a 3-1 favorite, 75%. I misspelled. There we go. 75% for Rose Namajunas in her home area. Her opponent's taking it on short notice. She was not training for 5 rounds. It's a lot of good factors for Namajunas to win here. So those are my most confident picks for UFC Fight Night. Namajunas versus Cortez in Denver, Colorado. I'm really liking the card. Even though it's not a lot of big name fighters, it's a lot of bangers. It is a lot of bangers. I got Luana Santos, number 1 most confident at 78%. Namajunas at number 2. Gabriel, number 3. Drew Dober after that. So these top 3, I would say, are confident picks. Then we have my almost confident picks, I like to say, which would be Santiago Ponzinibbio, as well as Drew Dober. Those would be my almost confident picks. It's a little bit more, and they'd be in that territory of I'm confident in them going to win. And then below that, it's all the 50-50s. These ones, I believe, could go either way. Montel, Abdulrazak, Charles Johnson, Josh Friend, Julian Erosa, Jazavicius, a lot of coin flip type of fights. But those are my confident picks. Thank you guys for watching. Do all the cool stuff. Like and subscribe. Check the link in the pinned comment to become a channel member, and you'll get all my bets, and you'll get all of my rankings for every UFC fighter on the entire roster. Really fun to do. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.